Aloha. Cool. So one of the things we were talking about today was being able to read off of the staff. The idea for note articulation and being able to have oral skills, or at least ear training, is the same thing. Just one is boring and the other one has a little bit more creativity because you're seeing them on a piece of paper. So, middle C, when we go up, tends to have things being built like a C major, F major, G major. See where we're going this? A minor, B diminished. And then to keep it back inside, we would move it back down and play an F, or a perfect fourth to get a C. That keeps us within these two octaves. When we go above a P8, you know that we add the notes as either a 9, 9, 9, 11, 11, or a 13. Above that, we would try to stack our triads with a dominant to get a ninth. Being able to see this on the grand staff is a great thing because your C would have a ledger line through it. Your D would be a third above, which looks great. You would also have your G above, and then your dominant 7. If you were looking at these just like this, you would see that C major shares two notes with E diminished, 1 flat 3 flat 5. The two themselves make up what we would call a B dominant 7 or a B7. Being able to know a B major 7, a B dominant 7, and then going through the whole number line really would refer to C major, C sus, C sus, C6. You could do C augmented, C flat 5, which is like a C diminished. We also see ourselves doing C diminished. We have half diminished chords. And all these we use inside of one key. So in the eyes of G major, if we were to just pulse a G, and then on the other hand, play the first three notes of a G major scale. All three of these notes are part of the pentatonic. The only two notes that aren't in there are the 5 and the 6. So D and E. And right now I'm just pulsing this G. And what we like to see is a lot of these chords that are formed use these notes. See how my hand is still pulsing, but I'm doing using the 1, 3, 2, once you get comfortable doing what I'm doing right here, maybe taking out the lower extreme, in the key of G that we're pulsing, we know that if you go up to the major 30, you'd have a B. So why not try pulsing that same B, but use the same hand with the first three? G, A, B, D, E, and G. I've moved the bass note to C. Notice how playing the G major pentatonic doesn't really affect the C, because the C major pentatonic would have included C, D, E, G, A, and then C. That's why C major and G major are super relative. in almost all their scale preferences, the ones like pentatonic, you don't even use the F sharp. You don't even use the B. When we go to G, it now includes that B, and we've got two of the notes right here that are in C. We'd have D as D minor. We would have B as B diminished. And we have G as G major. So if we were to pull something in G to C, simpler, just G to C. We could play the triad. And play in the chords of G major. And then when you move to C, yes, you can play in relative keys. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. G, A, B, C, D, E, F natural, G, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Notice how I played like a G major, but I used an F natural. G major has an F sharp, but G mixolydian has an F natural. The spelling of C major and the spelling of G mixolydian are one and the same. Just the same as C Lydian is the same as G major. If we were to try F Lydian, F Lydian is the same as C major because it takes away the B flat that is in the key of F. Hear how the B flat doesn't work, but the B major does. And every other note in there does too. So what I want you to do is see how modes and scales work hand in hand, one being one and the same. I kind of view pentatonics as being a little bit casually different than modes. But the modal structures we could use, we should work with rhythms. So not to make this a long video, try in the key maybe of G major, D minor, or D major. D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor, C sharp diminished, and then D. Maybe something like a full triad over here, and express yourself with not just a D major, but maybe a D major 7. Get rid of your repeating Do, your 5, your P8. Play your triad, and then use your second inversion here, but add the 7th. See how it sounds over a relative chorus. So this is the D major 7 pulse in quarters, and then D major. How about F sharp minor? G major. E minor. F sharp minor. G, D. E minor. F. See how the F major doesn't work with that D7? So that's kind of where we kind of look at the chord and go, oh, that doesn't make sense. And then you adjust yourself for the melody, if you want it to be that, and you can modulate, you know. Groovy. Good place to end there. And then from our knowledge from this, maybe try and work up your pentatonic scales all the way in a key. One of the things I talked about at the very beginning of the lesson is what I'm going to leave you with. When practicing anything, no matter what it is, try and play it in patterns. So if you were pulsing a D, try playing a pentatonic 4-note structure using 2 spreads. Maybe a C sharp diminished. Changing one of the notes to that note. So you had your spread, D, E, F sharp, G, E, F sharp, G, A. That's our cool little 4-note pattern. When we played a bass chord differently than the D and we went to the C sharp diminished, I kept the same pattern, but I changed the last note, the A, to the C sharp. It's great for chord building. If you're in the key of D and you wanted to go to an A major, that same thing you just played is now relative because C sharp diminished and A major are very close. C sharp diminished added to the A major makes an A7 chord. So you're going to see comparisons while doing this. I hope that made sense. If not, we'll recap on it at next session. Good seeing you. Aloha.